Big thanks to Waystone Games for hooking us up with those. As part of, we are part of Team Waystone. That's why we will show up in the client if you click on the main thing. Is this going to boot me out of this game? I hope not. There we go. See, Shapers Guild shows up. That lets you know we're streaming live. You can click on us, come watch us. It's one of the benefits, that and the giveaways we can do. One of the benefits of being part of Team Waystone. We are also a fan site, and we do tournaments. Right now we do 1v1s. We'll be doing more in the future. Everybody will be doing more in the future, I'm sure. But we do have a 1v1 tournament called Best Nisa World coming up in just 2 weeks, roughly. So towards the end of the month. So you do 1v1 mirror matches with just Nisa to try to find out who the best Nisa player in the Dawn Gate is. That is always a good time. GLG Thor, you've probably seen him streaming. He comes over and casts with Terrelthur. I tend to just host. Used to run the camera. Well, now I don't have to run the camera because SmartCam does it for me. So I get to be the lazy man. Maybe we can add some more functions to our streams now that I don't have to move the camera all over the place. We'll see how well that works out. All right, guys, 2 more slots open up. Grab them while you can. Best Moya World happened a long time ago. Not that long ago. It was earlier this year. Yeah, Mixcrag won. Big surprise. When are they going to make a Moya announcer pack? Not soon enough, man. It's fabulous. And yeah, Paper Crane, the Smart Cam is perfect for one-lane matchups like Best Shaper World and Battle in the bot lane. And if you see the orange name in the game right now that says Zalgus, that is none other than the Zalgus himself. That is the Waystone Zalgus, the developer. He's going to hop in and show us how it's done, I guess. Much thanks. Hunter Howe. So the goose is officially loose on the stream. Moya the Smuggler wants to fight Scrag 1v1. It's going to be rough. It's like a mirror match. That's slapping yourself in the face with an eel. Alright, so we are solid. So we hit the balance button, everybody gets rearranged, and we hit go, go, go. So this should be interesting. We will, we'll see what everybody pulls out. So we're already seeing some Reyna showing, some Mina, some Calm, some Ferris. But what are they going to actually stick to? We don't know. We even see a random. We've had some randoms, and they've worked out. So will we get another one? Catsire Gaming on Twitter saying he's watching our casted games on his big screen. And yes, those are hairy legs, but don't worry, brother. My legs are just as hairy as those, so it's not a problem. Get a little retweets action out there. Now that I'm in between games. Alright. So let's see what we got locking up. 5 seconds on the timer. That's one of the things. The timer is not that long for these matches. Some people accidentally forget and get locked into some crazy stuff. Pretty good random out of Dugain. He did hit the random and pulls out a Cerulean. Zalgus playing Zalgus. It's going to be hype. So everything looks pretty standard. Nobody's going to go too crazy on roles or functionality. We do see some Predators showing, but they haven't been locked in yet. And we've seen some pretty wild builds out of people, even though, normally you'll see things play tanky or whatever. We've seen just high damage tanks. We've seen high damage Finmores. I mean, you think Finmore does a lot of work already, but Tylernol's Finmore earlier was just insane. He was popping some Qs on people, and his shields were 400 or 500 health, it seemed like. It was keeping me in fights, and even he was going, how the hell did I stay alive? It was pretty awesome. Let's see. Zalgus is like, don't look at my solo queue rating. I fed too much. Hey, man. It happens. It happens. All right, so let's hop us into the game here. Loads in pretty quick. We had some hang-ups earlier, but everything's looking fine now. So now that the teams are locked in, I'll go ahead and do a quick tab, and we'll run through what everybody is. So we have LinkTheSkyKnight on the Mortal side playing that Predator Ferris. It's a pretty good choice. Predator is very hit or miss, but Ferris usually hits. We'll see how well it plays out. Botwin going in the jungle. Moya. Twilight. I think that's Twilight, yeah. Twilight doing the Mikela Gladiator. Zalgus on Zalgus. Oh, so meta. LoKoPeLo on the Reyna. On the Spirit side, we see Drain doing Cerulean Gladiator, which is actually pretty solid. Those melee glads are pretty good for the bruisers. We see a little action posturing 3v2. The Moya coming in out of nowhere. Pirate Moya skin. We'll get to that here in a second. The Tylernol on Zalgus, so it's Zalgus versus Zalgus on Zalgus. If we needed to get more meta for that. Basco in the jungle, Shadow playing him. Turkett on the Mina Tactician, and Veknus on a Predator Mara. So everybody's going all in. And these Maras with these time starts, I don't understand, but everybody loves it lately apparently. So I'm just going to say that's apparently a thing. All right, that works for me. So we will get the action going on here. I'm going to jump down since they're just grabbing their buffs to this Moya skin. So this Moya skin is just fabulous. We're not going to see a whole lot of action on it later. But effectively Ninja Moya. It's called Twilight Blade Moya. But she's basically a ninja within heal. And the best part is when she ults, she leaves behind a block of wood when she disappears. Fabulous. Fabulous. Good job, Waystone. Gotta love all those great references to pop culture and such, especially like with Sergeant Buttersworth becoming Sergeant Mandrake and it's a total Shogun Kappas. Awesome. Ryfar, so race car build's a new hot thing. Race car builds have been around for a very long time, probably about a year, but they tend to get played by people when they're doing 2 or 3 man stacks just for fun. We did a 5-man race car stack one night with Itchy Tasty. That specific match did not turn out well, but we had a decent one before it. It's just when people want to grow up and have some fun, usually you see some race car builds. I don't know how competitive they'll be, but sometimes you pull it out. Basco going for an invade, but he's picked up by a ward.
There were more of them.
Yeah, Paper Crane. It's more confusing when he doesn't play Zalgus. Yeah, I can see that. It's my first time casting Zalgus on Zalgus, so at least I can just go in Zalgus with the chains and not have to call somebody's name out. And we see a 3v2 in the bottom half. I think they were trying to help protect that buff, but I think right now they're just trying to delay it long enough for Moya to get there. We'll see if she has her Vanquish up. And she does. Does not. The Basco gets it, but he's going to spend his life for it. Because he is not outrunning a Moya. Not for long, I don't think. Oh, but Moya turns around and gives up. All right. That doesn't want anything to do with that. Lets him go. I think she could have caught. She may have used up a lot of her energy just trying to get there and may not have wanted to continue. The dash does have a bit longer of a cooldown at these early levels. She was only level 3. I would have chased. I probably would have died, but I would have chased. Shadow saying he can outrun a Moya. We'll see. Huge stack of minions in this lane, though, so Zalgus going to do Zalgus things and try to clear them out. Yeah, Ukami, Twitch lately, I think what's happening with the sound is when Twitch goes to play an ad and then switches back to the stream the sound doesn't turn on. If you hit refresh, it should come back. Not a whole lot of action going on right now, which is pretty good because I'm the only one here. It's saving my voice. But Zalgus and Reyna in the top lane. This is the Talon siblings lane, as they are brother and sister, doing their thing.
We're all connected.
Seems to be going pretty well for everybody up here. Zalgus with 14 CS. Dragain on the other side, though, with 27. So really doing work on that Gladiator Cerulean, even against a Zalgus. He's going to be able to stand up to some pretty solid damage later on, too, because it's not like with Cerulean's W, he can just pop it and sustain against a lot of the poke. And to have a Mina with him, it's going to be pretty solid. Yeah, Ukami, that's exactly what happens. That's exactly what happens to me. is this. I'll come to a stream and the sound will be on, and then the ad will play, and then the sound's gone. So just a refresh. I guess you can't hear the saying that though. Let me type that in.
Take them out back. I know your fate.
They actually do run Dragain down and pick him up for first blood. After I'm talking about how tanky he is and how he should be fine. But turn around to get a kill on the Ferris in the bot lane. So 1-for-1 overall for Mortal versus Spirit, just in separate lanes. Back to some farming action. LoKoPeLo zoning out Turkett on Mina so that Zalgus can actually catch up a little bit. So we're looking here. We'll rotate through. Ferris has picked up a double power to go with his life after getting killed. TYLernol throwing down the gauntlet, saying he's going to be the better goose in this game. We'll see what happens. Moya hasn't shopped yet, sitting on 2,200 Vim, so that's going to be pretty solid. Mikella hasn't either, sitting at about 1,700. Zalgus on Zalgus went back and bought a Force. Going to go in with another power. Pretty standard action. And the Reyna hasn't shopped yet. Still pretty early on, only about 7 minutes in, so. So Nova DG, Desi's new skin costs more of the points than any other skin. Both of Desi's skins do because they're much larger reworks of what's going on in terms of animations, like in the abilities and everything that are going off. That tends to be, unfortunately it's weird that it's both the Desi skins have had those ultra high ones, but they're just, that's actually what the community, oh, total nice hammer drop on Mina for the kill there. The community did wanted Frigid Desi for a long time, so it's not overly surprising that they make sure that it's a solid skin with lots of options. So everybody going in on the Zalgus, so they're hungry for that kill, they're going to get it. LoKoPeLo trying to get out, but ganged up on by 4 people from the Spirit side, while everybody else just kind of walks away. I mean, that's kind of what you had to do in that position. Did we actually get encoded? That's amazing, Tilter. That'll be nice for people. We do try to stream in 720p so that it's not overly horrible, but now you people watching in less than fabulous internet can downsize this maybe. So we see Cerulean has that growth, most likely into the rebirth. TYLernol on Zalgus went aggression, time, and life. The Basco's picking up a might, probably into a decay. I don't think he'd want to go the strife, but it's possible. Mina doing Mina things with a purity as they get jump on bot lane right now in the top. It's a 3v1 on the bot lane. Bot lane ain't Moya out of that. Oh! With help from Zalgus he is, though. Jimmy Pop, thanks for the follow. Much appreciated. That last minute chain from Zalgus really helping Moya get out. He was not going to get away from that otherwise. And we're still seeing the Mara on the bot lane just sitting on that time. I'm curious.
I know.
Hey, Crean, thanks for stopping by.
I think we lost track of something. Pay attention.
So somewhat acceptable wording. A lot of the issues I've seen lately with how people are getting ganked and kind of getting hit up on rotations is due to bad warding. Warding is ultra important. It's good to have very basic wards out on the map just to make sure your lanes are protected. You know if people are moving in and around. We see some fairly aggressive warding from the Spirit side here. As we get a 3v3 in the top lane, Cerulean dunks onto the Zalgus but can't get the flip. Flips LoKoPeLo instead, but I'm not sure that's the best thing to do. Shadow just going ham for that Zalgus. He wanted that developer blood. Let's see if they can get a kill on him anyway. LinkTheSkyKnight ults and does get the kill. Moya fights off the other two. And that was about all. The Basco really wanting Zalgus. Not a fan, apparently.
Regroup now.
So we get another fight here. 3-on-2 though. I'm not sure if Reyna can get out of this one, but we see Mikella coming in to help. Moya zoning from the back with Botwin, but now we've got this Cerulean and Mara, 2 solid bruisers running down on the 3 others. At this point, I think Mortal Side just needs to back out. Oh, but they ult the Cerulean. Gets deleted, but the Reyna goes down. Not a whole lot else the Spirit Side could do about that. TYLERNOL getting deleted. Zalgus finally showing up to lane. He's just kind of like, oh, okay.
The stars are bright.
So we'll see if Mara and Mina can do anything here. I think they should have probably stayed in the body and then come out with a fear as the Basco came around, but wasn't what was going to happen here. They'll just clear this out so that their binding doesn't go down. It was pretty low, under 700 health. The pretty big wave stacked up in the bottom though. So Mortal Side is going to go ahead and rotate down there. Moya clearing out her jungle. Potentially go for Money Pigs here. That would probably be a good pickup. I'm very much addicted as a jungler to getting all the bacon I can. So you'll find me at Money Pigs often. I just gave you tips on how to beat me in the jungle. Not that it's difficult, but there you go. So we'll see if anybody's made any purchases. Moya first item rush is that Ambition, which is interesting. I've seen a lot of people do that lately on Moya. It's not my favorite thing to do, but I guess it's working for him. She did pick up the bacon buff, but is getting potentially roundabouted by Basco. Nope. They're going to run into each other, though, as there's a fight in the top lane. I'm going to come down and see. And they postured against each other. We'll watch this little duel action going on. Moya out of energy, though. Can't really do anything to get away. And getting collapsed on by the rest of the Spirit Side team. Uprising, pulling it in, but dashes out of the way right as Cerulean tries to come in. Might not escape this. Finally gets that last dash. Solid escape. Well played. Now let's see if the Ferris can get out with his life. Come on, camera. There we go. He's throwing some stuff around. Let's see if he makes it. The Moya coming back into the fight, though. Might not be the best choice. Does get a kill for it, but the Ferris died anyway. I mean, at least I guess you're turning it into something. Zalgus getting some damage down on Zalgus. Moya ulting Zalgus. Can we get some follow-up? Gets the follow-up ult, but there were people in the way, so there's not going to be any dies. The Reyna does come in and pick him up. Killing her own brother. That's pretty rough. Can we get the kill here? Yep, there it goes. I'm not even sure what killed her. I didn't see an auto attack or anything go down, but okay. It was a pretty sweet engagement all around. Definitely a good, technically 2 for 4 overall. Interesting. So where were we here? We have the same items. Ferris finishing off a destruction. Sold off one of his powers because he had a double power for it. I think that's actually a good choice, even though I don't normally like selling items. Getting that destruction on Ferris is such a huge spike in power and kill potential. He's basically going to be able to jump in and pop some people. Mikella going Consumption Abolition. Has a lot of money, so could go back and probably finish one of those off if she wanted to. The Goose on Zalgus, still sitting on that force and that power, also has a lot of money, so needs to shop soon. He's doing that right now, so we'll hang out and see what he picks up. Go straight for the Divinity. Definitely the best option. You just want to get that burst, and you're going to do that with the Divinity. Mortal Side also picks up a Binding, and let's see if LoKoPeLo can get out of here on Reyna. 2 bruisers against a Reyna and 2 damagers. I think they're probably going to be just fine. The Reyna rushed to Rebirth, which is a great first item pickup on a Reyna. I have watched Reynas just get away from like 3v1s with just a sliver of health because of that Rebirth. It's pretty incredible. Spirit Side Cerulean went with a Rebirth as well. So we're seeing a little bit of a flanking action going on here. Let's see who they pick up. Ferris wants TYLERNOL, and that stasis prevents him from getting it, but he follows up, gets it anyway. Going in with a solid chains on Shadow and Basco. The ult's coming across to get it. Where's he going to spin the next one? Did it reset? I don't think it resetted. It might have. We'll see if he uses another one. Cerulean just hanging out waiting for Mina. Yeah, it did reset. He just fired it blindly. Doesn't hit anything. Moya chasing down Mara. I think you just leave that to a 1v1, guys, because you got another fight going on back here. LinkTheSkyKnight going to get taken down by Cerulean and Mina. And Twilight's going to be lucky to get away with his life. That Cerulean is not somebody you want to mess with right now. He will keep you locked up, and so will that Mina. And you will not go anywhere. Let's see if they can chase that down. Get the camera back on. Just misses the fear, and the Moya's showing up. They're going to get the kill on Twilight, but Dragain's going to spend his life for it, because bot one on Moya is dangerous. The Mara did get away, so now the Moya just wants this well. Hopefully the Mina doesn't show herself, because they don't really know she's there. TYLernol and Basco coming in, though, but Basco just leaves TYLernol to himself with the Moya. I don't know that that was the best option. Mara picking up the Zalgus, and now they're going to try to collapse over onto him. God, can you guys stop this eternal fighting so I can take a breath? Reyna coming in, trying to help out and knock him off, but this 4v2 is probably going to end badly for her. And yes, it is. TYLernol picks up the kill, almost picks up another kill on the Mina. The Moya does get it. With a little bit of the damage afterwards. What's he got there? Destruction and the energy, so that ticking damage off the energy probably picked it up. That was crazy, guys. That was crazy. I think that fight went on for a good 5 minutes. Alright, so let's look here. So Cerulean has gone into a command. I love that idea. I want to see a Justice and I want to see a Conquest. Do not disappoint me. Basco picking up a Decay? No, Strife. That's the Strife. I know my items. TYLernol getting deleted while I look at items. And talk about what a scrub I am right now after casting so many games. Let's see. Mina doing Mina things with a Pestilence. Not a whole lot to talk about there. Amara looks like probably going to pick up either a Duress or a Fate. That's been popular tonight on Mara's. Sitting on 3k Vim, though. Should probably go shop. Ferris is adding Abolition to his roundup on the mortal side. That is going to be a Conquest, hopefully. And hopefully it's finished soon. Those two items will delete squishies pretty much anytime. GLG Epic got Bryce. Good evening. Thanks for stopping by. Moya's upgraded her build now to Ambition and a Subjugation, which is a great decision. Double Will, double Life. Hopefully we'll see one of those wills turned into a Freedom pretty quickly. That'll help out quite a bit with the CC that's coming out of the spectator side. The Mikella. Buying one of my favorite items on a Mikella, which is a Finesse. So going Veracity, Finesse. I want to see a Dominance after this, and I want to see... I want to see a lot of things. The Dominance would be great after that. Definitely need a Resonance. And she's just going to be melting everybody. She doesn't even need penetration with that build, honestly. TYLernol getting caught out and deleted from the map. Turkett's going to follow shortly hereafter. Basco trying to come in to do something, but I think it's a little late. Might pick up the kill on Twilight, but isn't going to. Twilight getting away with less than 20 health at the time. And Botwin's just like, okay, while I'm here, I'm going to counter jungle you. Alright. So the Goose picking up, after his Divinity, picked up an Aggression. I like to see that. I like to see Divinity and Destruction. Just basically punches through just about anything. Twilight's got to have, let's see what they've got in there. Wow. Twilight's running a Rainbow build. And it's working. Experience bonus in lane. I can't complain about it. Looks like that's tons of stuff that they got free out of playing games. And, you know, that works, guys. Works just fine. Did Mikella get an Exceed? Did I miss that? She did. Oh my god, the Exceed Finesse Dream. With a Drain. Loving the ham on Twilight.
No secrets.
Alright, let's see if anybody picked anything up. TYLernol picking up a Chaos to go with his Destruction, which is definitely a good pickup. It's a good combination depending on how you want to play your Zalgus. I like just the crazy burst Zalgus. But that's also a good way to do it. It's a better wave clear. So if you're worried about that, and they're kind of in a defensive posturing situation at this point. I mean, they're only down a couple kills, but now that they have to deal with the Striders, it's going to do some work. Mina getting a control to go with her already CC heavy kit. Impulse Rush on Mara, we've seen that a lot tonight too as well. People are loving that. So the Conquest has been finished on Ferris. definitely the key to the Ferris. Jumping in with the flashback. Boom. Throwing that access memory right across him. You got to get those auto attacks in there. Once you get down below, like I want to say like 75% is when you want to go into that melee action mode. But if you jump right on top of them and throw that that Reaver across them, they should be at 75% at that point. You're just going to melee them down. So they're just letting the Striders push in here, hopefully try to get some posturing onto a binding. Looks like Moya and Ferris are moving up to the top. Moya, Ferris, and LoKoPeLo on Reyna to try to get a pick, and they're going to get it. There's that block of wood I was telling you about, folks, that Moya leaves behind with the ninja skin. It's fabulous. TYLERNOL is going down. Jeez, that deletion. Trying to turn around here a little bit with the Cerulean flip into the Mina with the ult. There's lots of damage going down. I like it. Let's see if they can pick up a kill. They get one. Can they get two? Zalgus showing up and just deleting people with the chains and the ult. So it looks like the Mortal Side's going to be able to just... Well, I was going to say pick that up, but apparently there wasn't enough damage there to get the last two. But they've definitely got presence on this binding. They can take that top well now at will if they want. It shouldn't be a problem at all. Botman playing Patty Cake with Cerulean. Not a whole lot going on. And Reyna going over to pick up that well. Definitely the right play. You just want to choke out their economy at this point. That's going to keep them from getting much further. So Michaela following up that finesse with an aggression. Definitely liking that. Blink forward on the Basco. The Mina missed the fear, though. It looked like. I couldn't really tell, but they pick up Twilight anyway. The Goose has picked up a Divinity with a Destruction, just the way I like it. Picked up a Time, so most likely seeing a Chaos out of that as well. We'll check back and see. Cerulean did finish that Justice. So, I want to see Jabane. Don't let me down. I want to see a Conquest. And we are seeing, yep, the Conquest on Basco. So this is the damage Basco build, at least one step of it. Conquest is such a huge single target focus on the Basco. Another good item to pick up on him. Oh, they're ganking on the Zalgus. You're going to see a lot of this damage come out right now. Let's see if they can track it down. They should be able to. He gets a solid... Oh, the Blitz going to save him here. He did get a solid chain out there, and unfortunately there was no way they could follow up on it. Otherwise they'd have just punched him in the face, and he'd have falled over. One of the things you do want to see on a Basco is like if you pick up that Judgment for the Shred, because his chains do that ticking damage. That's the other part of that damage Basco build. Veknus taking a final protocol from Ferris, but not enough damage to do anything other than make him walk back to base. Moya has picked up a Betrayal. That's what one of those wills went into. We'll see what the others end up as. And there's the influence that I was hoping for out of Reyna. That's kind of a big deal, especially if she's going to be up there, really in everybody's face, which she can do with her Q. That repelling strike just jumps her forward. They get a catch out on the Basco here, but it's really hard to do a lot of damage. They've got 4 people going. The hammer gets thrown down, and that's going to get them the kill. This gives them a little bit of presence in the lane. It's going to get, because you get that Basco, you get that on-demand stun out. They can move up and put a little more pressure on this binding. And it's a 3v5 at the moment, which they know because they saw the Mina trying to do some wave clear in the top lane, which wasn't going to last very long. Overall, the rest of everybody's items are looking as one would expect. There's no major surprises or outrageous purchases. Oh, that ult off the Moya, pulling the Mina out. It also kind of, the interesting thing about that, when you ult somebody that has a Mina in them, the Mina drops out. But that's almost like stunning the Mina too, because she can't do anything while she's coming out. Dragain does get the kill onto the Moya. So that ult and crazy dive doesn't get them anything so far. They're trying to walk this Reyna out, but they're getting chased down by the rest of her team. So that could be dangerous. Oh, they get a stasis, but they actually stasis too soon. Final protocol still lands. The Mara goes ham, and the Basco's coming out with the Uprising to just delete Zalgus. He's got another use of the Uprising here, so let's see if he uses it on the Ferris. He does, but the Ferris flashback's out. You want to wait until the flashback comes out to use it. just so you know that it's gone and you can aim to where they went. But that's heat of the moment. Let's see if Tylernol can get away. He actually pulls a kill off on the Ferris, which was unexpected. Let's see if he can get another one with on his sister here with Cerulean's help. Vasco's help will definitely get it. And Mina coming in just because, you know, she wants to. Oops, sorry about that, folks. So it ends up being a, if you want to call the long drawn out fight, it was a 4 for 2. Or actually, no, that was a full 5 for 2 because the Moya died first. So over the course of the whole thing, I think it was about a 5 for 2. Ultimately, Spirit Side definitely came out with the victory there.
The Spirit Team has captured a well.
I'll aid you.
Renzo, thanks, sidekick.
It's Random Guy. Thanks for the follow. We appreciate it. So while we have a pause here, so everybody knows, I am Garwar. I am the site manager for the Shapers Guild. The Shapers Guild is a Dawngate fan site for those of you who are new to the community. So when we do streams, we used to just stream myself and Terrell are scrubbing it up in the MMRQ action. But from now on, now that casting mode's out, we're going to try to help out with the testing of casting mode, work out all the bugs, give them a lot of feedback. Oh, Moya ulting the Cerulean in the jungle. Cerulean blinks out. Gets away with a quarter of his life. Thanks for the follow, Young Bake. Much appreciated. And thanks for the follow, Degrade Man. But we will be doing this as much as we can, as much as my voice allows. I think we've been doing it now tonight. Let's see, 5.5 hours straight. Not bad. Last Thursday we did it for about 8 hours. It's a lot of fun. But we'll try to do this often, and it is community matches, so open lobbies, well, not open lobbies, but passworded lobbies. We put the password in chat and you can join us. As long as everybody's playing friendly and having fun, it's all good. Master Philip, thanks for the follow. So Twilight getting utterly caught out here, which is unfortunate. All the way on the opposite side of the map from the team. There wasn't really enough vision there to help out. Like, the vision was right in front of where she was, so it wasn't like she could see the coming. Actually, technically, there should have been a little vision here, but I guess they walked right up there and couldn't see it. Oops. So this is going to be potentially a free Parasite. We've got some posturing. See if they can pull in here. Botwin could pull off a steal if he dashes in at the right moment. That Zalgus ult across. We actually did see a steal by Botwin, so well done. Came in and got the Parasite. They are sporting the buffs. So the Goose picking up at full health, picking up lots of kills here. Now they just got to try to finish off the Cerulean before he finishes off the Ferris, and they'll be fine. Get a little bit of a slow. It's going to get caught, dragged down and caught. There's a full ace. So 5 for none, effectively there. Or 5 for 1 if you want to call the Mekela. I mean, the Mekela was down during all that, so she's not going to be sporting the Parasite buff. But yeah. Profile name is 01. I played the game back in open beta. How big is the community now? Well, I think you mean like closed beta, maybe? Like, we're in community beta right now, which is kind of open beta. So, I mean, it's grown. It kind of goes up and down. It just depends on what people's moods are as they finish stuff. But with casting mode and Fridge Desi, I think we're going to see a lot of people playing. Let's take a quick look here. We'll look at Spirit Side's items because they bought. Cerulean actually picked up a Zeal, which is incredibly interesting. He just wants that all of his abilities up as often as possible. Oh, Tylernol just deleting LinkTheSkyKnight on Ferris. A long distance laser there. See if he's going to get anybody else here. Trying to get some auto attack damage on LoKoPeLo, whereas the Goose goes ahead and picks up a kill with his ult as well. Moya ulting Zalgus. They do get the follow-up kill. Now they're going to try to get another one on them. They should be able to clean the Mina up pretty easily, but they leave it to try to help. To try to help Moya with the Cerulean, they end up picking up the kill on Cerulean instead. I think that was a good call. I think you let the Mina walk away. Waffle Ironing, thanks for the follow. Much appreciated. Ryfar, there is no set number for how many Shapers they want before full release. That's not the issue. The issue is having all the systems they want out to have a polished and finished game. That's why it's called community beta right now and not open beta, because they don't necessarily have all of the systems ready, like ranked and everything. Like, we just got casting mode. We don't have ranked yet. Like these custom lobby games, this is actually kind of a throwback to what it was in the early days of closed beta. In closed beta, they didn't even have a queue. You just looked for game lobbies that actually had ratings for whether, you know, how good you were. Like, are you a new player? Are you a skilled player? And that was how you had to do your custom games. So.
The mortal team is victorious.
All right, so that catch out there at the end signaled the end for everybody, unfortunately. But that was still a good game for everybody. Ooh, barely hit the mute button before I sneezed. Alrighty. So thank you to everybody that played. Thanks to Zalgus for coming in and showing that he is actually a better Zalgus than other Zalguses. The Tylenol did have a kill up on him, but more deaths overall. So we will give that to the Goose.
Renzo,
Much appreciated for you coming and hanging out with us tonight. Spider, thanks for the follow. Just in time. I'm going to do another Crystal Waystone giveaway. So it will be the random numbers, punch in numbers until somebody wins. Whoever gets it takes it. But that is going to be the last casted game of the night. It's 2 a.m. for me. I need to actually get some sleep and let my voice heal. But we will do this again on Thursday night, most likely. So make sure you follow the channel so you know when we are online.